What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ross back at again with another video. So we gotta talk about what's been going on with this whole Andrade situation. Apparently, he was released from WWE, or maybe he was fired. There's been a lot of speculation and rumors or what's been going on, but he's no longer a part of the WWE active roster. It kind of has came out of nowhere, seemingly. They moved his picture to the alumni part of the WWE roster page on their website, so that's usually a good indication that he's no longer part of the active roster. We don't really have some concrete information, but once again, the speculations and rumors is he was fired, and there was a reasoning behind the firing. I don't know. I know a lot of you guys were wanting me to talk about it and wanted to kind of wait for some more information to come out, but essentially Andrade's gone, and it kind of sucks because it seemed like he was getting some type of good momentum. They had him paired with Ray Phoenix on SmackDown, so they were doing some good stuff, but I don't know what happened. So let's kind of get into this particular story. There's been some more updates that have been released on Twitter, so we're going to actually see what's going on here. This is on Wrestle Talk. Andrade was reportedly fired by WWE over a disciplinary issue. I don't know the whole story, but I do know it was a discipline thing. It was a disciplinary thing. It actually is a story from a couple weeks ago that just broke today. He was not fired until today, but a couple of weeks ago there was a disciplinary thing, and all I know is it was at a TV shoot, and he was told to go home, and he's not been used since. So that's kind of interesting. Something happened at some taping, some TV taping, whatever. I don't know if it was a live show, whatever, but something happened. And they told him to go home. It was told it was not drug related, it was not alcohol related, it was not marriage related, but nobody would tell me what it was. But it was enough to be sent home. The feeling when he was sent home was that it must be serious because you don't hear about that happening often. He hasn't been used since. And I was told that when he was sent home, the people who know were not told that he was done, but they assumed that he was done, and then today was the confirmation that he was done. I don't know what it is. I don't want to speculate or anything like that. I know of things, but I don't think this had to do with that. I know that they wanted him in the AAA project. He didn't do it, so there's that. But I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not. I'm sure all will be denied in the next week or two, but that part being sent home and disciplinary and all that, that's all accurate. And being fired, he may say, I was mad, I quit, I wasn't fired. That's what happened. This is from Dave Meltzer. Whoever they talked to, basically they said he was fired. He was let go for disciplinary actions. Now, that's a very interesting thing, an interesting story, because there are also reports going on that Andrade had ghosted WWE for multiple weeks while they tried to get in touch with him. All signs lead to the fact that Andrade, Ray Phoenix were set to win the tag titles in Clash in Pairs. It also does explain why Phoenix had to team with LA Knight during the European tour. Not a good look for Andrade at the minute. They're also speculating, and I've been seeing this on Twitter too, but one of the homies, Cordelia, sent that to me on Instagram. So they're also speculating that he basically just stopped contacting them or stopped responding to them. So maybe these stories are connected. Maybe there is some truth to it, that whatever happened, they sent him home for disciplinary actions or disciplinary reasons, and I'm guessing they tried to get in contact with him, and he basically just didn't respond. So I can possibly see that happen. Maybe he was frustrated or whatever the case may be, and he was just like, you know what, I'm good on it. But it seemed that they may have tried to get in touch with him, and he ghosted them. And they said, all right, you know what? Cool. We're just going to wipe our hands with it. Could it have been that maybe they did promise him a championship win at Clash in Paris? That could have been a thing. And they decided to switch plans. Who knows? But, I mean, we hadn't seen him on TV for a week. And then Ray Phoenix, that was his tag partner. So we recently just seen him this past week. But, I mean, it's really unfortunate. And I'm sure there'll be more details that come out on why he was, what's the reason why they sent him home, if this is all true. But it's really unfortunate that they weren't able to get on the same page. And it's one of those things where it's very telling. It's very telling. Because when Andrade came up from NXT, they were using him, but they weren't really utilizing him to his fullest potential. And he was just kind of wandering on the main roster on SmackDown. And then they end up letting him go. Then he goes to AEW. They use him for a little bit. And then they stop using him. And then eventually contract ends. Then he leaves. Now Triple H is in charge. So you may think, oh, this is a different situation. This is a Triple H guy from NXT. All right, cool. He comes back. They start using him. They had a nice back and forth feud with Carmelo. I was enjoying that. And then they didn't really do nothing with him. Then they paired him with Ray Phoenix. That's awesome. That's dope. Love what they're doing in the ring. And then this happened. So it's one of those things where it's funny how we assumed that if Triple H really took over, which he did, some of these guys from NXT that was his favorites, they would probably get utilized better. And guess what? A lot of those situations weren't the case. Karrion Kross, Triple H was in control for a while. And they just, I don't know, they just didn't do nothing with him. Same thing with Andrade. It's kind of unfortunate, to be honest with you. It's really unfortunate. Him and the black and gold era of NXT, they utilized him so perfectly. I don't know why it couldn't have been done here. Granted, he may not, obviously he's not the best talker, but he has the look. He has the in-ring ability. Now, once again, we still don't really know what was the reason for them sending him home, and was he promised some championships, the tag team titles and never got it? I don't know. We can only go off the speculation of what, was told to Dave Meltzer. But I will say this. I think more and more people are starting to realize that even though Triple H is running the show, there's still a good chance that you don't get utilized. There's still a really good chance that they just have you sitting on the shelf for a while until they future endeavor you. There's still a really good chance they could possibly promise you something and it don't happen. It is. The moniker of everything's, the grass is greener on the other side, which we've seen so many times between AEW and WWE. That moniker is gone on both sides, on both companies. Jumping to AEW doesn't mean you're going to get, everything that you wanted in WWE. And then jumping back to WWE now that Triple H is in control does not mean you're going to get everything you wanted like you would have wanted in AEW. It's no guarantee. And it always comes down to this. And I'm going to end this video. If they want to use you, they will use you. Simple. There's no in between. If they want to use you, they want to feature you, they will do it. Simple as that. If they feel there's real value in you and what you can bring, they'll do it. It doesn't matter who's running the company. That's what it always will boil down to. If they really wanted you on the show weekly, and they really wanted you to be a premier part of the show, guess what they'll do? They'll book you. Simple as that. So, hey, it's really unfortunate. We'll see if there's any more information that comes out about this whole Andrade situation. Comment down below. Let me know. Do you guys believe this is what actually happened with Andrade, that they essentially sent him home? Andrade didn't respond to him no more. after they were trying to reach out to him, and they basically fired him after that. Do y'all believe this is what happened? Do you guys believe that they may have promised him some things and they never delivered, and that caused a little rift between, Andrade and WWE and the writers and everyone involved? Or do you feel like there's more to the story and we still don't know yet? And also, do y'all feel like this is, a pretty big loss for WWE in the sense of talent wise? Or do you feel like, this was the best for both parties? Let me know down below. Appreciate all love, support. Road to 150K. Appreciate y'all kicking with me. See you on the next one. Peace.